Members, it's time, and we have a quorum. Confirmation of verbatim transcript of the special meeting held on the 7th of February 2014. And also confirmation of the minutes of the 16th meeting held on the 21st of February 2014. Both sets of documents have been forwarded to members. We haven't received any proposals for amendments. Can we confirm the minutes, please? Thank you. Matters arising in my meeting with the Chief Secretary for Administration. The CS has invited me and the Deputy Chairman to work out with members the arrangement for the 4 breakfast sessions. Letters have been issued to members, and we received a response from some of you. Please reply to the letter so we could finalize the arrangement soon. The Chief Secretary has also indicated that she's well aware of members' concerns about the progress of the legislative program. Now, the administration has just completed work on 4 bills. So on the 19th and the 26th of March, 4 bills will be tabled at these 2 meetings. Business arising from previous council meetings. Legal Service Division report on subsidiary legislation gazetted on the 21st of February 2014 and tabled in council on the 26th of February 2014. Legal advisor, please. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's paper number LS 28/30-14. There are 2 items here under the Prevention and Control of Disease Amendment Regulation 2014. And a notice 2014. This has to do with Section 56 of the Prevention and Control of Disease Ordinance. This is to replace references to different kinds of influenza A with novel influenza A infection. This is a technical amendment. This is so that it will include all subtypes of novel influenza infections in humans. That's a legal notice 22. Now, LN 23 is also to add novel influenza A infection. Here, the subtype H10 will be included as well. So they will come into operation on the 21st. They have come into operation on the 21st of February. Next item, resolution of the Board of Directors of the Poland Cook. It's to come into effect from the 1st of June 2014. This is to enable the Poland Cook to establish, maintain, and manage medical and healthcare institutions in Hong Kong and to provide all kinds of medical and health services, including dental services for the Hong Kong community. The electrical brief has been issued to the Home Affairs panel, the panel on health services, and the panel on wealth services to explain the proposal. Members, do you wish to set up subcommittee, please, for the first 2 items under the Prevention and Control of Disease Ordinance? Do you wish to set up a subcommittee on these 2 LNs? No. Then what about the resolution of the Board of Directors of the Poland Cook, Ms. Emily Lau? You mean the Poland Cook will have new powers to provide new services? Yes, as to expand the scope of their services, according to their proposal. So a Poland Cook could establish and manage medical and healthcare institutions in Hong Kong. Does it mean they will receive more funding from the administration? Well, I don't have the information at hand. To me, this is just a technical amendment, but whether it will involve the use of public funds, I have no idea. No, it's not technical. It's about giving them more powers. How could it be a technical amendment? Do you wish to set up a subcommittee? Yes, I do. Okay. Mr. Chairman, let me supplement. In the electoral brief, paragraph 9, it states that the Poland Cook has given an undertaking that it would not ask for more subventions from the administration as a result of the amendments. So that's in paragraph 5 of the electoral brief. Ms. Emily Lau, I'd like to set up a subcommittee. Who would like to join, please? The Secretariat will circulate papers to members then. Thank you. Next. Legal Service Division report on subsidiary legislation gazetted on the 26th of February. Legal advisor, please. On the day when the Financial Secretary delivered his budget, it was gazetted on the day. Some proposals of the administration that will involve amendment to legislation. The first one is Public Revenue Protection Dutiable Commodities Order 2014. It's made under Section 2 of the Public Revenue Protection Ordinance to give immediate effect to the proposal in paragraph 1 to 8 of the 2014-15 budget speech delivered by the Financial Secretary on the 26th of February 2014 is to increase the tobacco duty by 20 cents per cigarette. It's commenced at 11 a.m. on the 26th of February. The other one is Rating Exemption Order 2014. It's made under Section 36(2) of the Rating Ordinance to give effect to the rates concession for 2 quarters with cap of $1,500. Is to come into operation on the 1st of April. So just 2 items here. First one, Public Revenue Protection Dutiable Commodities Order 2014. Do you wish to set up a subcommittee, please? Second one, Rating Exemption Order 2014. Do you wish to set up a subcommittee, Ms. Sitho? We have made a suggestion to the administration, since it's willing to provide a waiver for $3,000. It shouldn't just be limited to 2 quarters, because for those not paying rates for $1,500, they may not be able to benefit from the full waiver. So that's why we would like to ask the administration to change it from 2 quarters to 4 quarters. So Ms. Sitho has proposed a subcommittee you'd like to join, please. The Secretariat will circulate in papers to members then. Advance information on business for the Council meeting of the 19th of March 2014. Bills first reading and moving of second reading. Shipping legislation, control of smoke emission amendment bill 2014, the second one. It's marriage amendment bill 2014. The administration will table these bills at the Council meeting on the 19th of March, and we'll deal with them at the House Committee meeting on the 21st of March. Government motions, proposed resolution to be moved by the Secretary for Financial Services and the Treasury under Section 7(1) of the Public Finance Ordinance. Legal advisor, it's paper number LS29. Again, this is an annual resolution moved after the delivery of the budget. It's under the Public Finance Ordinance, as the Chairman mentioned. It's so that at the start of the new financial year from the 1st of April 2014 and before the passage of the appropriation bill, there will be funds for the continuation of various public services. The details are in the report. We have nothing to add. Members, do you wish to set up subcommittee? No? Next one. Proposed resolution to be moved by the Secretary for Food and Health under Section 29 of the Pharmacy and Poisons Ordinance, Cap 138. Legal advisor, please. Yes, this resolution is to seek the Council's approval of the Pharmacy and Poisons Amendment Regulation 2014 and the Poisons List Amendment Regulation 2014. Both amendments have to do with adding 7 substances in the schedules and lists, so that this substance will be subject to regulation and control. And the commencement date, the 21st of March this year. Do you wish to set up the committee, members? No? Next one. Proposed resolution to be moved by the Secretary for the Environment under Section 5(4) of the Motor Vehicles First Registration Tax Ordinance, Cap 330. Legal advisor. Thank you. It's paper number LS32. Is to extend the exemption of first registration tax from the 31st of March 2013 by another 3 years to midnight to the 31st of March 2017. Again, this is a measure proposed in the budget this year. We have nothing to add. Members, do you wish to set up a subcommittee? Dr. Fernando Zhang. Yes, I'd like a subcommittee, please. Okay, so Dr. Fernando Zhang has asked for a subcommittee. Who would like to join, please? So Therefore, in line with convention, the House Committee will then ask the administration to withdraw the notice, so the subcommittee will have enough time to consider the item. Next, advance information on business for the Council meeting of the 26th of March 2014. Bills first reading and moving of second reading, Contracts Rights of Third Parties Bill, and Employment Amendment Bill 2014. The administration will present these two bills to the Council on the 26th of March, and the House Committee will consider them at our meeting on the 28th of March. Reports of Bills Committees and Subcommittees. Report of the Bills Committee on Product Eco-Responsibility Amendment Bill 2013. Dr. Kenneth Chan. Mr. Chairman, the Product Eco-Responsibility Amendment Bill 2013 seeks to amend the Product Eco-Responsibility Ordinance to extend the Environmental Levy Scheme on Plastic Shopping Bags, PSB Levy Scheme. The Bills Committee held 11 meetings with the administration to consider the bill. As the levy scheme has promoted the habit of bring your own bags among the public, and has also substantially reduced the excessive use of plastic bags, so most members support the extension of the scheme. But Mr. Vincent Fang and Mr. Wang Ting-Kwong do not support the proposal. They believe the exemption proposal, the exclusion criteria are not clear. It will be difficult to comply with and enforce, and will cause confusion to the public and the businesses. During the course of scrutiny, the Bills Committee considered various exclusions, including the one of PSB used for food hygiene reasons. The Bills Committee believes the exclusion scope is not clearly defined, and customers and retailers may have dispute over what the levy applies to. That's why, having considered the members' concern, the administration has proposed to exclude PSB for carrying frozen or chilled food. It will move in a committee stage amendment to that effect. On the administration proposal to remove completely the current requirement for record keeping and quarterly reporting by retailers, members do not support it, because they believe it would be difficult for the administration to assess the PSB usage and the effectiveness of the scheme. In the light of members' views, the administration has secured the agreement of the Hong Kong Retail Management Association to implement a voluntary reporting system. The association will encourage registered retailers covered by the levy scheme to provide the PSB usage to them on an annual basis, and then the association will collect all the figures and pass on to the Environmental Protection Department. The members welcome this voluntary scheme. The administration will also move amendment to designate a commencement date in the amendment bill to extend the scheme, so there is no need to wait for a resolution by gazetted. This will allow the administration to start with its preparation early. It could also educate the public, and there will be enough time for the sector to prepare for the extended scheme. The Bills Committee supports the amendments proposed by the administration. We're not proposing our own amendments. The Bills Committee also supports the resumption of the second reading debate of the bill on the 19th of March 2014. As for the other deliberations of the Bills Committee, they will be in the written report to be submitted soon. Thank you. Next, Inland Revenue number 3A Bill 2013. A report of the Bills Committee, Mr. Wang Ting-Kwong. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Inland Revenue number 3, Amendment Bill 2013 seeks to amend the Inland Revenue Ordinance to give captive insurers a 50% concessionary profits tax that is half of the current rate of 16.5% for their business of insurance of offshore risks. The bill also seeks to raise the deduction ceiling for contributions made by employees or self-employed persons to recognized retirement schemes subsequent to the increase of the maximum relevant income level under the Mandatory Provident Fund Schemes Ordinance from $25,000 per month to $30,000 per month, with effect from the 1st of June 2014. The Bills Committee held 2 meetings to consider the bill with the administration. The Bills Committee supports the proposals in the bill. The Bills Committee also notes that providing tax concession to captive insurers would attract more companies to set up captive insurers in Hong Kong and in turn promote the development of other related businesses. It will also reinforce Hong Kong's status as a regional insurance hub. The Bills Committee notes that in some jurisdictions, such as Singapore, they offer more attractive tax concessions. Members express concern about Hong Kong's competitiveness in appealing to captive insurers coming to Hong Kong. The administration responded that it referred to the current measure of providing tax concessions to reinsurers offering insurance of offshore risk. So that's why it's proposing the same tax concessions to captive insurers. The administration stressed that Hong Kong has established advantage as an international financial center, and also there are other regulatory exemption measures to be offered to captive insurance. So the administration, with regard to the development in the market, and see if there's a need to introduce other measures that would promote the development of the captive insurance industry in Hong Kong. The Bills Committee has also considered whether there is need to give a definition to the term offshore risk in order to prevent abuse by captive insurers of the proposed tax concession. The administration stated that whether the risks insured are outside Hong Kong could be confirmed by facts, so they have to be considered on a case-by-case basis. The Inland Revenue Department has so far not encountered any difficulties in implementing the measure to provide tax concessions to reinsurers about their offshore risks. And there have been no cases of tax evasion by abusing the scope covered by offshore risk. The administration will monitor the enforcement situation. If necessary, they will consider whether there is need to give a definition to offshore risks. The Bills Committee and the administration would not be moving any committee stage amendments to the bill. The Bills Committee supports the resumption of the second reading debate of the bill at the Council meeting on the 19th of March. The Bills Committee will be submitting a written report later. Thank you.
So may I remind members that if they want to give notice of CSAs, the deadline is the 10th of March, Monday. Next, we have the report of the Subcommittee on Air Pollution Control Marine Light Diesel Regulation. Ms. Sid Ho. Thank you. The subcommittee has finished its work. And the subcommittee's report has already been issued to members, and members can refer to the report for the details. The Air Pollution Control Marine Light Diesel Regulation seeks to limit the sulfur limit of marine light diesel supplied in a local market to not more than 0.05% by weight. The regulation will come into operation on the 1st of April this year. The subcommittee expressed concerns about whether the regulation would increase the operating costs of vessels. According to the administration, after the commencement of the regulation, the administration would report to the Economic Development Panel the monthly import price of light sulfur diesel to facilitate public monitoring. Now, and if there is a great discrepancy between the retail price and the import price of such diesel, the oil companies will have to give an explanation. The subcommittee was also concerned that local vessels might be able to have access to marine light diesel outside Hong Kong, and they would like to know the definitions of suppliers and importers. Now, because such MLD may not be able to fulfill the relevant requirements, and we asked whether the operators would be liable, and the administration explained that the regulation targets not the users but the suppliers. The subcommittee will not move any amendments to the regulations. Thank you.
Next, Report of the Subcommittee on Road Traffic Construction and Maintenance of Vehicles Amendment Regulation 2014. Mr. Chamkalam. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The subcommittee has completed its scrutiny. The detailed written report will be submitted next week. The proposed amendment is to require a goods vehicle first registered on or after the 1st of October 2014 to be equipped with a reversing video device, RVD, with a view to enhancing safety when goods vehicles are reversing. The subcommittee expressed concern that the administration is not going to require existing goods vehicles to retrofit the RVD. The administration pointed out that for existing goods vehicles, there would be technical difficulties in retrofitting the RVD, and also device suppliers and car body manufacturers are not prepared to provide warranty and maintenance to retrofitted RVD. Therefore, it is inappropriate. It is not suitable to require existing goods vehicles to be retrofitted with a device. The administration stressed that the RVD is just an assistive device. Even without the device, a driver should drive with care. The subcommittee notes that the administration has consulted the trucking industry associations and goods vehicles drivers associations. These associations expressed concerns about the mandatory installation of RVD. The administration explained that a defense clause has been provided in relation to the requirement of keeping the RVD in good working order. The proposal is supported by the sector. On the defense clause, the subcommittee notes that Section 39A6A and B of the amendment regulation states that if it is proven that the defect of the RVD was discovered or was detected or occurred during the journey, or if adequate steps have been taken at the time of detection of the defect to repair the defect as soon as possible, this would constitute a defense for the contravention of the requirement. The subcommittee considers the Chinese term keep fat has the meaning of trying to cover up and then eventually exposed. It is not in line with the English term detected. So the subcommittee proposes to change the word keep fat to fat, for discovering or discovery. So the administrators agreed to the amendment to make the change, and it will be moving a relevant motion.
May I remind members that the deadline for amending the two items of regulations is the 19th of March. The deadline for giving notice of amendments is 12th of March, Wednesday. Position on bills, committees and subcommittees. As at the 27th of February, Thursday, there are 7 bills committees, 5 subcommittees under the HC, and 8 subcommittees on policy issues under panels in action. There are 4 subcommittees on the waiting list. Next, paper of the Committee on Rules of Procedure. Mr. Allen Leung. Thank you, Chairman. Now, the documents and records of the legislature can be divided into classified and unclassified documents. For unclassified documents, most of them are available for public inspection. But then if the public want to have access to classified documents and records, the Secretariat deals with each case on its own merits. But then for defunct committees, for example, select committees, and concerning the closed documents and records of these defunct committees, they are not available for public access. To formalize and enhance the existing arrangements, the CROP proposes that LegCo should allow public access to such documents. There should be amendments to the ROP. The CROP notes that the LegCo Secretariat has upon the instruction of the LegCo Commission in April and July last year consulted all members and also the public on the policy on access to the legislature's documents and records and the details. And the recommendations were in general supported by members and members of the public. And one of the proposals is to come up with the maximum closure period for classified documents and also the review mechanism for the closure period for certain documents. Now, it is proposed that the maximum closure period for classified documents and records should be 50 years unless the disclosure is prohibited by law. These documents and records should be subject to review for declassification within 25 years. And for those classified documents and records which remain to be classified after review, they should be reviewed again, or they should be reviewed again at least once every 4 years. And then the maximum closure period for unclassified documents and records should be 20 years, subject to a review to ensure that the disclosure is not prohibited by law. The CROP supports these recommendations. And then concerning the mechanism and the structure, the CROP proposed that a committee be set up under the Legislative Council to deal with requests on access to the legislature's documents and records and to work out the arrangements concerning access to the legislature's documents and records. The composition of the committee should be able to reflect the balanced composition of the council, and should be broadly representative of the composition of the council. And so CROP proposes that the composition of this committee should be based on the commission's composition, and the president should be the ex officio chairman of the committee. And then the clerk should be empowered with the task of carrying out reviews. So with regard to our proposed amendments to the schedule, please refer to Appendix 9. If there is no objection, then on the 19th of March, the chairman of the CROP will move a motion to amend the relevant provisions in the ROP. Right, members, do you have any questions or comments? No? Then please note the CROP's paper and also the proposals in Appendix 9. This morning, Mr. Jeffrey Lam suggested to me that the HC should reprimand the incident of the attack on Mr. Kevin Lau. But then, it's not for the HC chairman to rule on the moving of motions concerning these AOB items, but then the HC can decide under Rule 75(11) all other issues relating to LegCo business. And as I have allowed Ms. Claudia Mo to move a motion or to raise an item under AOB, then perhaps I, as the chairman of the House Committee, should move the wording of the motion. And so I will deal with Ms. Claudia Mo's item first and then this motion. All right, so AOB, on Wednesday, Ms. Claudia Mo wrote to me, and in fact that was after the deadline, but then I understand that this is a matter of great concern to all, and so I have decided to allow Ms. Claudia Mo to raise this item under AOB. And I can see that Ms. Claudia Mo would like to move a motion for adjournment under Rule 16(4) of the ROP at the Council meeting of the 19th of March. This is a motion for adjournment, and she wishes to discuss the relationship between the incident of attack on Kevin Lau and freedom of press in Hong Kong. I think I'll deal with Ms. Mo's item first. So I'll give you 3 minutes, Ms. Mo. Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew Leung, Chairman of the House Committee, for having exercised his discretion and having waived the deadline for me to move the motion. Members, Mr. Kevin Lau, in fact, was brutally attacked. There was bloodshed, and you can see Ming Pao. After the incident, Ming Pao decided to change the front page from red to black. And this is by no means an easy decision to make. A newspaper will not use black to express protest, to express worry because any of its staff has been attacked. And in fact, the 8 major media organizations in Hong Kong have issued a joint statement expressing grave concern and worry. They are of the view that press freedom is being challenged. And if you look at CNN, BBC, the Reuters, and you can see that prominent coverage has been given to this incident, and you can see that the Wall Street Journal, this is an international financial newspaper, and the Hong Kong budget only featured on page 4. But then Mr. Kevin Lau's incident featured on the front page, and you can see a very big photo. This is an incident of great concern in Hong Kong, and it has also caught great international attention. We are concerned about press freedom. We are of the view that press workers in Hong Kong should be free from danger and threat. We talk about who, when, what, where, how. In this incident, you can see that there is a coincidence that all these elements appear at the same time, and people can't help feeling worried. What can the administration do, or what has the administration do? You can't just step out and say that you will uphold the core values of Hong Kong. The core value of our industry is now facing the greatest challenge and is subject to the greatest suppression. I think this incident and also those behind this incident must be reprimanded. As our slogan says, if we remain silent today, we'll be silenced tomorrow. And then if we are silenced, then the next step maybe we may be wiped out. We may be in threat or danger.
Mr. Jeffrey Lam, when the Financial Secretary was delivering his budget, many, like me, heard the news of Kevin Lau being attacked. I'm sure we were all very shocked and infuriated by this incident. Hong Kong is a place that practices the rule of law, but there is a journalist who's been chopped 6 times in broad daylight. At one stage, he was in critical condition, so nobody could condone such behavior. For such serious, violent assault, this council must solemnly condemn such behavior. Of course, we do not know who the culprits are yet, but we must defend the personal safety of journalists. We must also defend press freedom. I know that in the next 2 weeks there will not be council meetings. That's why I'd like to propose here that we pass a motion with the support of members that we condemn such a violent behavior. We must maintain harmony and stability in Hong Kong. We also urge the police to investigate into the case and apprehend the culprits soon. Now, I'm sure you will all support the motion. Over the past 2 days, many of us went to visit Mr. Kevin Lau. Now, of course, when he's come round, we don't really want to intrude too much because we want him to have enough rest, and there will be a speedy recovery. Mr. Chairman, perhaps we could ask the President to write to Mr. Kevin Lau to express our sympathy on behalf of this Council. That's just to show that we care about Mr. Kevin Lau and other journalists. Ms. Emily Lau. The attack on Kevin Lau, of course, has shocked the news sector. The public are enraged as well, and the international community has expressed great concern as to what's happening in Hong Kong. So I'm glad to see that members from different political parties in this Council have spoken out to condemn such violence. And I hope you will also join the demonstration on Sunday to support press freedom. Now, businesses care much about press freedom. I could understand that, because if there is no free flow of information, I don't know how you could stay in business. Ms. Claudia Mo proposes a German debate, and Mr. Jeffrey Lam asks us to support his motion to condemn the violence. As you said, if we wish, we could do so. But instead of a German debate, can we turn it into a motion debate using the wordings of Mr. Jeffrey Lam's motion? So on the 19th of March, on behalf of us, Mr. Chairman, you will move this motion. Of course, this should be the first motion. We can pass this motion, no problem. But we will all be rushing to leave. We might not have a chance to speak. We will want to see how things unfold. And actually, already there's an additional debate by Ms. Claudia Mo, but this will add yet another debate to the Council meeting's business on the day. But if the motion is carried and there is a strong condemnation of such violence, that would be useful. I'm not saying that we should not support the motion today. I'm just saying on the 19th of March at the Council meeting, we should again move this motion, and the House Committee Chairman could move the motion on our behalf so we could have a debate on it. And I would like you all to join the demonstration on Sunday. Ms. Emily Lau, you're proposing this motion debate to replace Ms. Claudia Mo's German debate? Yes. I don't think we need two debates to speak twice, but maybe Ms. Mo doesn't like the idea. I'm just proposing it. Because for a German debate, there is no need to vote or anything on the incident. But here, this motion states a clear position. And I think it will be a more forceful message. But of course, unless if someone will oppose this motion, then we should forget about it. Otherwise, I hope you will join in unison to strongly condemn such behavior. Then there will be an opportunity for members to express their views, and it would be a motion of the Council. Mr. Gary Fan. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Council should condemn such violence without reservation. So that's why the Neo Democrat supports Ms. Claudia Mo's proposal for a German debate on this case. Now, Mr. Kevin Lau is an experienced journalist. He's been defending people's right to know. He's made huge contribution in the past. This attack is obvious in that it's related to his work, and that's the suspicion in the community as well. You know, there were invisible hands in the past, withdrawing advertisements, stop gagging broadcasters and so on. But now we see visible interference. There's a knife hacking at Mr. Kevin Lau. So in the journalist sector, there is this quiet and sense of unease, and Hong Kong people could feel that strongly. So I cannot accept what some said, that Mr. Kevin Lau's attack has nothing to do with press freedom. And then in the past, several cases of attack of journalists were never detected. Mr. Albert Chan's case, Mr. Leung Ying-Wai's case, Mr. Lai Ching-Wai's case, and Mr. Si Wing-Ching was also attacked. But none of these cases were detected. So apart from condemning such violence, we must also ask the government, the police, to go full force in catching the culprits. So that's why through a German debate, We would like this council to be stand with the people again and express our concern about such violent cases. We have to tell the evil force that Hong Kong people will not be gagged because of this. Mr. Kim Yun, I support the various proposals. Either it could be an adjourned debate or we pass the motion. I support Ms. Emily Lau's idea too. Press freedom is really so important to Hong Kong. Without press freedom, then we have no speech freedom. And then there will be no free flow of information. Then for academic freedom, legislative freedoms, or administration of justice freedom, they cannot be defended. So that's why we must never relax in our protection of press freedom. Now, there's much concern about this case and anger. So how could someone who is not armed be treated that way? This is just a man who expresses views through a pen. If the council does not speak with force our condemnation, then I'm sure the public will feel let down by us. So we have to find the strongest means to express our sympathy with Mr. Kevin Lau and also our support for the journalism sector. Mr. Ip Kwok Him, on the attack on Mr. Kevin Lau, I'm sure all Hong Kong people are really angry. This is so brutal. It's a blatant challenge of our rule of law. It's a blatant challenge of every law-abiding citizen. We cannot condone such brutal attacks, and so we have to speak in the strongest possible terms in condemning such behavior. Ms. Claudia Mo proposes an adjournment debate. Yeah. Now, she refers to the link with press freedom. I can understand it. Now, Mr. Kevin Lau is a journalist. He's the editor-in-chief of Ming Pao, so that's why she's linked up his attack with press freedom. Now, our concern is mostly about the violence. That's why the DAB published a statement on the day. So we will support an adjournment debate. Mr. Jeffrey Lam also made a suggestion. I think, yes, it's the right time today for us to speak in unison. And then we'll ask the President or the House Committee Chairman to express our views on the matter. Our concern is that we cannot have such disregard of the law, and we cannot condone such brutal behavior in the community. Mr. Ng Sing, you know, in broad daylight on the street, there is such a bloody attack. Indeed, this is shocking and enraging. That's why I fully support the wordings of the motions. That is, the police should spare no effort in taking the culprit to task and so on. But on the wordings of Ms. Mo, I am a little concerned. Now, it's something of concern to us, but it's presented on the basis of feelings without concrete evidence. And then such a concern is expressed, especially if it comes from the Legislative Council. Maybe it could lead to unfounded speculation. And the relevance is the case that the police has already done an investigation, is doing an investigation. If we try to link it up with something else, would it distract the police investigation? Is it fair and reasonable? I think we have to look at the legal aspect. That is, if Lechko's position is to lead the police investigation, is it right? Now, for past cases that have not been detected, if the cases have not been detected, that means the cases have not been closed, and we shouldn't close the cases here. Now, yes, what we need to condemn is the bloody attack. And, of course, we want to find out exactly the reason for the attack. Only then would that be a fair way to deal with the matter, and hopefully then we could find a long-term solution.
Ms. Priscilla Lau. Yes, thank you, Chairman. I believe we were all very shocked when we heard that Mr. Kevin Lau had been attacked. It was really a very horrifying incident. Why should people have resorted to violence? And in fact, in the afternoon on that day, Mr. Joseph Lee said that Mr. Lau was in critical conditions, and so I decided to go to the hospital to comfort his wife. I understand that he's now no longer in critical conditions, but I still think Lechko should state its position. We should severely condemn such acts of violence. There are concerns in the community as Mr. Kevin Lau is one who works for the press, and I can understand such concerns, but then the incident is still under investigation, and we'll know all the facts, the causes of the incident only after the culprits have been arrested. So I think Lechko should unanimously condemn the act of violence, and we should also express our support for the freedom of the press. But then we should not ourselves speculate the causes of the incident, because I believe that the police are investigating the case on all fronts from different angles. So I will support Mr. Jeffrey Lam's motion today, and I also agree that an adjournment debate be carried out. Ms. Chen Yun Han. Lechko as well as the entire Hong Kong community are concerned. The culprits have openly challenged our laws and also the rule of law. In fact, we all can feel some relief because Mr. Kevin Lau is no longer in critical conditions. We, of course, hope that he will speedily recover. But at the same time, we want the police to do its best to locate the culprits. As some members have pointed out, several attacks on journalists and those in the media have not been detected. Now, Chairman, I've got a question for you. I have no objection to having the debate on the 19th of March. I have no objection to the Chairman moving the debate. But then should we issue the statement after today's meeting? I just want to add one sentence to our motion, and that is, we'd like to wish Mr. Kevin Lau a speedy and full recovery. So is it that we need to issue a statement today and then we'll have a debate on the 19th? Let me explain. Now, concerning Mr. Jeffrey Lam's motion, I think it's better for me to move the motion because if I move the motion, then no one can amend it. So, of course, we all want Mr. Lau to recover as soon as possible. But then, if I set this precedent, then that may not be too desirable. And so I will, first of all, deal with Ms. Emily Lau's suggestion, that is, we adopt the wording of this motion for a motion debate on the 19th. In other words, there will not be an adjournment debate. There will be a motion debate instead. In a motion debate, each member has 7 minutes, and also members will have to vote on the motion. Members can express support and can show that they oppose violence. And if Ms. Emily Lau's suggestion is endorsed, then that motion debate will substitute Ms. Claudia Mo's adjournment debate. For an adjournment debate, there is no need for members to vote on the wording of the motion. But then this motion will be voted on, and if it is carried, then it will be the LegCo's statement to show its concern. So we have this motion to be passed by the HC today, and then this motion will be debated on the 19th of March at the LegCo sitting. Now, a few more members would like to speak. I'll let them speak first, and then I will handle the motion. Now, Chairman, I really appreciate your very detailed explanation. I want to say that the FTU supports both of your suggestions. Mr. James Tian, Chairman, at 10 a.m., I and Mr. Chong Kwok Pan and Mr. Tommy Cheung had the chance to meet Mr. Kevin Lau. And his conditions were better than we had expected, and he was able to say that he in fact wanted to have a sip of coffee, Starbucks coffee. So this is of course an act of violence, and Mr. Kevin Lau is a member of the media, and so we are concerned, and there must be some follow-up action. Chairman, so you will be moving a motion, but then and Ms. Claudia Mo has raised her hand, and it seems that your motion is different from hers. Your motion is about condemning the act of violence and asking the police to do its best to track down the culprits, but then Ms. Claudia Mo's motion or concern is about also about the freedom of the press. The Liberal Party is of the view that the public are concerned about the violent act, of course, and of course, but then Mr. Kevin Lau, apart from being an ordinary member of the public, is also or was also the chief editor, and so the public are concerned that journalists may feel that their safety is under threat, and they may not speak boldly and frankly, and so and seems that your motion doesn't include this part. I don't know how we're going to move on vote on two motions. In fact, we support both. This is Ms. Emily Lau's suggestion. She is of the view that one debate will suffice. Now, my motion says that this council is concerned about the incident relating to Mr. Kevin Lau, the former chief editor of Main Power Daily News. I think members of the public all know Mr. Lau's background. I want to say that I have no strong views, and I'll just follow the wishes of members. Ms. Sit Ho, I thank Ms. Claudia Mo and Mr. Jeffrey Lam for their motions, and I hope that members will agree that the HC chairman will move the motion, because I think if the HC chairman moves the motion, that can show the public that the entire legislature is extremely concerned. We do not know the motives of the culprits, but then there were previous cases of journalists being attacked. Some incurred serious injuries. Some were slightly injured when they were trying to cover certain incidents. And so, I think it's important that LegCo send a very strong message to those behind the incident. That is, we want the administration to do whatever it can to protect the safety of journalists. So Mr. Jeffrey Lam's motion says that we want the police to do its best to track down the culprits. And can I add after that, so as to show the administration's determination to protect the journalists and to uphold the freedom of press. But as I've said, I do not want to have amendments or different various amendments from different parties. But can we just incorporate this right now? Now, I don't want anyone to add anything to the amendment. If members do not support this motion, then perhaps we'll not do it. Because 70 members may have all have different things that they want to add to this motion. Mr. KK Fong. Now, Hong Kong people are shocked and angry. Hong Kong is a place where there is rule of law, and Hong Kong people cannot accept such acts of violence. They are all concerned about Mr. Kevin Lau, of course. Mr. Kevin Lau is a very experienced practitioner in the mass media, and so it's difficult to conclude that that the incident may not have anything to do with his position or his career. And of course, the mass media rightly feel very concerned. The mass media play a very important role in monitoring the government, in revealing certain incidents and facts to the public. So we really need to reflect our grave concerns. We also want the administration to do whatever it can to track down the culprits. I believe a motion debate moved by the House Committee Chairman would definitely send a stronger message than the adjournment debate. But then at the same time, we have to give some assurances or reassurances to the mass media. And Chairman, you are saying that we can't amend even one word of this motion. And as a result, people may get the impression that we are only treating this incident as just a case of assault involving a member of the public. Now, I think this motion merely shows the LegCo's position or inclination. And of course, when you speak, you can clearly state your own concerns, your viewpoints, and the viewpoints of the political parties that you belong to. And I'm sure the mass media will note all these viewpoints. Chairman, I agree that there should be a motion debate. Now, because ROP 16.4 is to move a motion for adjournment of the council, and so I think in order to show our indignation, we need to have a motion debate. I understand that Ms. Sit Ho wants us to state that we want to protect the safety of those working in the mass media. But in fact, we should be protecting everybody, irrespective of which field they are working in. For example, those in the entertainment business. On one occasion, Leung Si-ho was attacked, and there was a lot of speculation on the motives behind the incident. So I agree that there should be a motion debate, Chairman. Mr. Leung Yu-chung. Yes, Chairman, I also agree that we should ask you to move a motion debate in the LegCo sitting. An adjournment debate doesn't have as strong an effect as a motion debate, and also will be subject to certain constraints when we have an adjournment debate. But then, Chairman, you said that you didn't want anyone to move any amendment to the wording of the motion. Now, in fact, the wording or the motion originated from Mr. Jeffrey Lam, and I believe you accept an amendment from him. So please withdraw your decision not to allow any amendment to this to the wording of this motion. Now let me explain. Now today we will deal with a motion. All right, and I'm of the view that we shouldn't change anything in this motion, and I'm asking the clerk whether members can amend the motion during the motion debate for the motion debate on the 19th of March. Yes, SG Chairman, as the Chairman has pointed out, today's motion and the motion on the third member's motion to be moved by the XG Chairman on the 19th are two separate matters. On the 19th of March, if the XG Chairman is to move a motion debate, members can, as usual, move amendments to the motion, and then the motion and the amendments can be all debated. But then, so can we separate the two? These are separate. So today we have one motion. If members support this motion, then I will, on the basis of this motion, write to the president, and then I will seek his leave to add one more motion debate to the sitting on the 19th of March. And so members, as usual, can move amendments to that motion.
Yes, I follow that. That's exactly what I mean. So we are moving two separate motions. Now, on behalf of the House Committee, if you move a motion, I don't mind if the wordings are neutral, then members could move amendment. That's one thing. The other motion is the one we are considering here. That is, this House Committee would agree on the statement, right? It represents the position of the House Committee. So we carry a motion today. In other words, apart from expressing concern about the health and condition of Mr. Kevin Lau and to extend our condolence to his family, then we must, and of course we also condemn the incident, and we hope those responsible to be apprehended. Then we should have something like about protecting the journalists. You know, something like that is the motion we want to carry today. And this motion could be different than the one you are to write to the President about the motion debate on the 19th of March. Now, it seems that at first I thought there was strong consensus about the approach, but it seems that it's not the case now. If there is no strong consensus on this matter, then I'm not going to move this motion. But I haven't finished, Mr. Chairman. Can we do this? Let's say Mr. Jeffrey Lam could still move his motion today at the House Committee, and the members could be allowed to amend the motion. I would not allow any amendments. Either you pass the motion or not. Why not? Mr. Jeffrey Lam has proposed the motion, but I've read out the rules of procedure just now. This is the usual approach of a House Committee, that is the chairman should not rule on items added to any other business, and that's in the House Committee Chairman's Handbook. But then I understand members have put forward this matter, and this is grave matter, and then in the next 2 weeks there will be no House Committee or Council meeting. Now, since I've already exercised my discretion to allow Ms. Mo's proposal to be considered here, and it's on the same issue of same concern to us, that's why I allow this motion as well. If members are allowed to amend this motion, there's no way we could have a strong consensus. So let's do this first. And then the press will know that we have carried this motion. Now, for every member or every political party, of course, you could state your position. Now, you could support this motion, but at the same time, you could send your sympathy to Mr. Kevin Lau and so on. But if we have a debate here and then we need to strive for a consensus on the wordings, it would be difficult. So either you support this approach. If you do, then we have a motion. If not, then we won't have a motion. Okay? Mr. Chairman, you've used up a lot of time on my time. You've spent your 2 minutes. You've been allowed more than 2 minutes, so you have to wait for the second round. Mr. Sin Chung Kai. Now, if we, Mr. Michael Tian has said, I don't know, I hope I haven't got it wrong. Mr. Kevin Lau is the editor-in-chief of Ming Pao. And this this is related to his journalistic work or press freedom. And Ms. Sid Ho's amendment is already rather neutral. There is not any specific allegation. So if we could add just that small bit, and if everybody agrees, wouldn't that be more ideal? Now, I think it's a matter of whether there's consensus if we allow amendments here, right? Mr. Yip Kok Him? 1 minute, please. I agree we should move this motion today. But if there are amendments so that this council could not send out a very strong message, it may not be desirable. So if we could carry this motion, and this is a consensus of the council, and is a motion moved by the House Committee Chairman, it lets people see the position of the council. Now, on the 19th of March, whether there's going to be a motion debate, I think after we've sent out this message today, and then on the 19th of March, if we have debate, then that will allow the opportunity for members to express their views. If I could make another point, after the incident, many members have expressed their concern on the matter. So the security panel will consider this matter at our meeting on the 18th of March. That is the police's handling of serious assault and wounding cases. Mr. Michael Tan. Well, it seems that there are two issues here. We're confused. The first, your first point is about Mr. Jeffrey Lam's motion. We support it fully. But he's not going to move the motion, but rather you, as the chairman of House Committee, you will move the motion. And because it's your motion, so it cannot be amended. I don't know what the legal advisor or the secretary think about that. Now, if you are the House Committee chairman and you say that this is a consensus, so it cannot be amended, then I find it strange. If there is no But if you say it cannot be amended, either you take it or leave it. I don't know why that's the case. Does it mean that in future members could not do anything? We must first lobby you, and if we could convince you, you will move a motion as the chairman of the House Committee, and other people could not amend it. Because I find it strange why it's like that. And if we vote in favor of this motion, does it mean that there can still be a German debate by Ms. Claudia Mo? What are we debating on the 19th of March? I'm confused. Here we're talking about three things now. First of all, if members propose an item before Tuesday, then I would include it in the agenda and then we could deal with it in a normal manner. The reason why there's a different handling of the case is because both proposals came about after Tuesday, but given the urgency of the matter, so I've exercised discretion to allow the two items. It's not that what I want to do, but rather in line with the rules of procedure, that is what we need to do. Now, just now, what I'm going to do is, firstly, Ms. Emily Lau has proposed adopting these wordings for a motion to be moved on the 19th of March. So there will be 2 + 1, 3 members' motions for debate. That's Ms. Emily Lau's suggestion. The second one is Ms. Claudia Mo's proposal for an adjournment debate. So members may want to consider it. If you agree that we should have a third motion debate, then do we still need an adjournment debate? Or if you think, no problem, we could have 2 more debates if we want. But then, of course, we have to seek the approval of the President because he has to consider the nature of the 2 debates. But anyway, we could make a recommendation to the President. The third point we need to deal with today. Now, Ms. Claudia Mo was the first to propose an adjournment debate, and then Mr. Jeffrey Lam proposed that we pass a motion today at this House Committee meeting to express our shock and indignation on the violent attack on Mr. Kevin Lau. We express our strong condemnation, and we want the police to apprehend those responsible as soon as possible. So there are 3 different issues here. But of course, people become confused as we discuss the matter. So I just want to make clear there are 3 separate issues here. 2 minutes, please, Mr. Paul Chair. Yes, it's becoming more and more confusing the more we talk about it. It's only now that we heard there are 3 issues. And if you want to deal with the issues in the order is proposed, how come Ms. Emily Lau's motion comes first? So I just want to make it clear here. Do you want us to pass a motion on a statement? That is, this House Committee will issue a statement today based on the wordings proposed by Mr. Jeffrey Lam. And the second point is whether we have an adjournment debate or a motion debate. And those are the proposals of Ms. Claudia Mo and Ms. Emily Lau. But in all of sequence, we should first consider Ms. Mo's proposal before Ms. Emily Lau's. I think, of course, adjournment debate, there are just 75 minutes, and with administration response, we have just 60 minutes. Not very many members could speak, so I think a motion debate would be better than an adjournment debate. But are we talking about 1 or 2 debates? You have to tell us exactly what you want us to do before we could vote. Well, I've made myself very clear, just that you are all muddled up yourself. Well, I think people will be able to judge. Ms. Emily Lau's proposal was supported by many members, but could that replace Ms. Claudia Mo's proposal is a matter for members to decide. Because the 2, the subject is similar, but the wordings may be a bit different. And then about me moving the motion on behalf of members, well, then it's a more forceful position. And as you point out, there will be more time for members to speak, and then there will be a clear voting result. So if I move a motion on the 19th of March, could that take the place of Ms. Claudia Mo's adjournment debate? That's why I'm putting this to you first, before Ms. Mo's adjournment. Because if you already endorsed the first motion, there's no need to go to Ms. Claudia Mo's adjournment debate. So I have switched the order. It's just about what you want to do, and you can make that clear. What about the statement? Is there another proposal? No, let's talk about the 19th of March first. Do you want an additional motion debate? Or would you want an adjournment debate? Let's deal with that first. Because for Mr. Jeffrey Lam's motion that came later. Now you've got the wordings. And that's why Ms. Emily Lau then suggested we do this. We will have a statement today using the same wordings, and then on the 19th of March we have a debate on the motion, and then we vote on it. Wouldn't it be odd? It's a matter of sequence. So will we do the same in future? That is, we first issue a statement, then we debate it, then as a precedent is set. That's Ms. Emily Lau's proposal. So we could first deal with her proposal, okay? Mr. James Tan, just a quick question. Now, if you're going to move a motion on behalf of the House Committee, can other members, like Ms. Claudia Mo, move amendment before the deadline? What means a deadline? For the motion on the 19th of March? Well, of course. Well, then it's fine. Then we support the the idea of moving of you moving the motion. Ms. Kalimo could always move an amendment to the motion. Just now, the Secretary General explained clearly that this is just any member's motion, so there's still time for members to move amendment. Now, 1 minute for Ms. Claudia Mo. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Jeffrey Lam. No one would be against condemning violence, just like our mothers are women. Various political parties have already issued a statement, but the wordings you use, you made no mention of press freedom at all. Even around the world, the international media has been saying it's about press freedom. That's most important. It's also about the safety of journalists in Hong Kong. So after condemnation, I must ask that this council undertakes to assist in defending press freedom and the personal freedom of journalists. Thank you. Mr. Jeffrey Lam. Mr. Chairman, I think the public endorse the motion I've put forward. Now, different members have given different views, and you've ruled out any amendments to this motion today. Now, why do I word it this way? I don't want people to speculate, or there's no need for people to speculate. I have known Mr. Kevin Lau for a long time. I'm really angry that he was attacked, and I'm shocked as well. So I don't think there is any need to speculate on my wordings. I hope members agree. On this incident, I hope you agree this is what we want to say. That is, as the legislature, as the people's representative, we would like to send out this message.
Right. So Ms. Emily Lau has suggested that on the basis of Mr. Jeffrey Lam's motion, that this council is extremely shocked and infuriated about Mr. Kevin Lau's incident, and the House Committee and the council wants the police to do its best to track down the culprits. So this will be the motion for a motion debate on the 19th of March, and members can move amendments to the motion. All right, do members agree? I would like to claim a division, Chairman. Let's ring the bell. But is it that, Chairman, there will be a motion moved by you and we will vote on it? We're now on the 19th of March. We'll deal with the 19th of March first. How come? I want to ask a question about the procedures. So after we voted on this one, then how? First of all, we should vote on Ms. Emily Lau's suggestion, and that is on the 19th of March. I, as the chairman of the HC, will move a motion debate. And what will happen if this is passed? Then I will ask members whether they will want an adjournment debate as well. So we will. We'll vote on Ms. Emily Lau's suggestion, and then Ms. Claudia Mo's suggestion, and then Mr. Jeffrey Lam's motion. Mr. Jeffrey Lam's motion is a motion to be voted on, and it's about the House Committee. What if all three motions are passed? Then does it mean that we are doing the same thing again and again? So this is for members to decide. Two things. Now for this motion by the HC, it's the HC's motion to condemn the act. And then members need to vote on whether I should move a motion debate on the 19th of March. Ms. Emily Lau hopes that members will have more time to debate the matter. Ms. Claudia Mo? Chairman, I'm getting confused. In fact, Mr. Paul Chair has already pointed out this, and that is, how can we issue a statement today and then we have a debate on the 19th of March? And then I want to ask about the procedures. The fact was that I wrote to you on Wednesday asking for your discretion. So why is it that the later the request is made, the sooner the request can be dealt with? Now, it's not a matter of whether the request comes in earlier or later. If you want to, I can deal with your request first, but members need to decide whether there should be two debates. Now, concerning Mr. Jeffrey Lam's motion, I basically have no objection to that. But then I want to just add a part about this council's commitment to uphold press freedom and to protect the personal safety of the practitioners. But you're not allowing any amendment, so it's very high-handed. What's wrong with adding the words press freedom? Let's vote. Let's put this to a vote. Why waste so much time? It's meaningless to keep on arguing. It's a waste of time. There's consensus. Mr. Wong Yuk Man. So, Miss Emily Lau has claimed a division. The bell will ring for 5 minutes.
現在進行記名。
Members, please proceed to vote.
喺我宣布停。
Right? Before I declare,
現在開始
right. Before I declare that voting is closed, members, please check your votes.
如果沒有
If there are no queries, voting is closed. The results are displayed. 50 members present, 46 yes, no no's, 3 abstentions.
咁表決結果係
So the motion is carried. And then next, whether we need an adjournment debate as proposed by Ms. Claudia Mo.
贊成嘅贊成。
Those in favor, please raise their hands. Those in favor of having an adjournment debate as well. Ms. Claudia Mo would like to claim a division.
現在開始表決。
Voting begins. Before I declare voting closed, members please check your vote. Voting is closed. Clerk, please show the voting results. 47 members present, 17 yes, 29 noes, abstention 0. So the motion is not carried. Now the final issue is the motion that I am going to move. It's been distributed to members. That is on the attack on Mr. Kevin Lau, the former editor-in-chief of Ming Pao. This council expresses grave indignation and shock, and we condemn such behavior, and we ask the police to work at full force to detect the case. So those in favor, hands up. Those against, hands up. The motion is carried. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.